It will be a shame if your property association and neighbors know about your streams. You have been a bad boy.
This is your final warning. If you do today's show, we will be forced to inform the housing association.
It's time for your neighbors to know you have been streaming and talking bad about them on YouTube. The association would love to hear about your antics.
We are watching you. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to my quiet, lovely, oh so beautiful, peaceful, affordable, comfortable, golfing and sunny retirement community affectionately known as... Oh, that's not it. Well, Frank, where'd you go? Did I delete Frank? No.
Del Boca Vista?
Thank you, Frank. Sorry for that musical interruption. Welcome to the DOXXreport. I'm a retired senior citizen living in Central Florida. This is my personal YouTube channel, vlog, citizen journalism account, and just about anything else I want it to be. Thank you for joining me. This is not an advertising platform for other channels, and I will not tolerate it in my comments, unless you're... depends on the channel. And what do we got going today? Somebody wanted me to stream, 4 people. Okay, well, that's okay. At least I'm talking to someone. Weather, 70, it's warmer than that. Come on. 80 degrees Fahrenheit, that would be 27 degrees Celsius, humidity 64%, wind 6 kilometers per hour, and that would be 4 miles per hour. And believe it or not, Monday's low temperature will be 35 degrees. Can you believe that? That's what, 1 point something centigrade on Monday, the overnight. So it's a good thing I got my search and rescue jacket. It'll be the first test run. And got to turn the heater back on, I guess. I mean, Florida can get cold. And if the wind is blowing, so I'm going to have to shut the lanai up and hunker down inside. What do we got going today? What's on the agenda? Anonymous, voicemail 2022. I'll play him again. Today's Friday, November 7th. Do I have that right? No, I screwed that up. It's November 8th, so I'll fix that after the show. CASIO, what is that? A Trek? Watch report, bought a watch. Watch report. DOXXreport has a watch. Central Florida, Cataract, day 4. And everything's well. At Morty's Diner. We'll be talking about Morty. What do we got here, Rich? We're getting the arse end of Melissa next week. Well, that's what I mentioned. That's when I saw I mentioned that the tickers, and he says no, and but that's where they all end up sooner or later, right? It just makes a big loop as it dissipates the energy. You get the rain, but you don't need that. We need the rain in Florida. Rich Mitch, we're getting the arse and Melissa next week. Well, hang on to your hat. And enjoy the green as it... I'm just checking my cataract while it lasts. So I thought it'd be a good day to stream. If it doesn't get too bright. I thought a cloudy day is better. Now, we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, but I still did the watering this morning because you can't hurt it. But the particular grass we have here is, what's that called again? I keep forgetting. But it just, the guys who do the lawn, and I got a new guy who's doing the lawn care. Not the cutting, that's different. There's a separate guy who does the fertilization and the pest control on the lawn. And so the other guy, so what happened to the other guy? Oh, he moved on. Okay. He was pretty friendly. I like to talk to the guys, see what's going on and, what they're doing and pay the bill online. That's what I figured. Rich Mitch, I'm British. Rain is my natural state. Chili Badger, we're here in the UK, are getting shorter days, and the arse end of rain to follow. Happy, joy. Well, it's all part of the nature, all part of the cycle. And let me give the due respect to this. I got to switch that around. I miss Frank. Frank should always have the number one spot. Anyway, Rich Mitch, my lawn is 85% moss. There you go. Proper tribute. Dark and wet, how I like them. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I think brown works better for me. Latino. I still can't get over that woman doctor that came in when I had to go for my... It wasn't the surgeon. I see him. The guy who actually did the procedure, I see next Monday. But she came in, and I was just... I was not expecting that. I just didn't... And plus, there were other people in the room. And it's like, I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't come up with anything funny. I just kind of, answered the questions, No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Rich Mitch. You like them dark and wet. Hey, listen. Okay, so, I don't know. Now, I have a new suspect on the anonymous phone calls placed to the DOXXreport from October 30th to November 2nd. I received anonymous threatening phone. Well, were they threatening to you? But what I cut out on them was they had my first and last real name. So they addressed me, and then they gave me the following message. And let's play him again. From the top, bad boy. Now remember, they give my full name, and then they give the dialogue.
It will be a shame if your property association and neighbors know about your streams. You have been a bad boy.
It's kind of funny, but it's not funny. To this day, it's a cold case, and I think I may have a new suspect. And this cold case may be cracked wide open. Last warning.
This is your final warning. If you do today's show, we will be forced to inform the Housing Association.
So it's pretty... Now, this is 2002, Rich Mish. He says it's HR. Now, this was back when I was named producer of The Green Room. The Green Room show, the highly talented Green Room. And at first, when I heard bad boy, I thought, that's Green Room. But the other suspect, who was the other suspect? Oh, Timmy. Because Timmy does know my name, and he's mailed me articles in the mail. So I thought, well, why is he sending, he's sending me voicemail too. He's trying to... Well, I understand that, of course, but that's an IA voice, in my opinion. Well, of course, but they're hiding they're anonymous, but it was an individual behind it who knows me from the, that's a young HR. No, I don't think it was HR. He likes me because I mentioned him one time. I don't think he would go after me. But it's very, it's malicious, This is right before I go on there. I get these voicemails. This is 2022. Cold case. Next one. It is time.
It's time for your neighbors to know you have been streaming and talking bad about them on YouTube. Association would love to hear about your antics.
Yeah, who could that have been? Watching you expect us. Now this is threatening.
We are watching you. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
See, they're kind of funny. So I thought it was kind of funny. So I originally thought green room. But then Timmy. But, I got a new suspect. Got a new suspect. DOXXreport. I don't know why I overlooked him. Now, DOXXreport was the first one to come up with weaponizing the live chat. You want to harass a channel, you overwhelm the live chat. That was DOXXreport. So, who do I go after? Well, I don't really consider myself going after anyone, but it's the 9-year-old and Timmy, of course, try to shed some light on that. But HR, I don't think it'd be HR. I don't think so. That's how HR shows affection. He attacks. Well, this is 3 years ago. I don't think he was around 3 years ago. That sounds just like OC, says Loose Tooth. I don't think so. No, Nancy Moose? I don't know who that is. Well, that would be his VP of Operations, DOXXreport. Chili Badger, anyone from the 9-year-old mental death camp, a.k.a. the Walrus Death Star, might be a top suspect. I didn't think that 3 years ago because I got those items in the mail and a postcard from Timmy. And again, they use my real name, but I chopped that out of it on the Anonymous Voicemails 2022. And let's see, I think I got something else to show you about a watch, Chili Badger. Yeah, about another watch. What did you get? Well, I got this one. I think it's kind of rocking a little Panerai vibe there. The CASIO Pro Trek PRW6900YB. It's in the title, -3. Now, it clicks, it hits all my criteria. It is, let's describe the watch here. I got some, where is it? Where are my show notes? Oh, that's not it. Oh, let's go to my watch. Where's my watch file? So it's going to go on the, it's solar power, so that's one. So I'm going to end up with 16 watches in the window. Hang on. Watches. Now I have a total of, because I have to update my sheet here, I have a total of 21 watches. They would make up, let's see, Casio, Timex, Casio, G-Shock, Casio, let's see. Bulova, any high ends. I have a Grand Seiko and a Casio G-Shock Mr. G. So all in all, now with this latest purchase, I'm in it for $10,000. But I don't consider that part of my net worth, okay? Not part of my, and speaking of net worth, everybody's fretting about the decline. There's no decline in the market. I mean, it's an ebb and flow. Let's see, where's my scorecard? Let's see, back on November 1st, it was up. The S&P 500 was up 16.3%. Today, It dropped a couple percentages. You know, it's a chunk of money, but so what? It's still up nearly 14.5%, 14.4%. So all is good for the 71-year-old. I have a portfolio, and all that is a list of assets of, you know, I had a 401k. Now there's other people whining on YouTube. They don't have a portfolio. Well, maybe you should have held a steady job for a while, 401k. I mean, that's how the average person gets everyday millionaire status. It's not Bitcoin. It's not baseball trading cards. It's not collectibles. Yeah, I thought definite pan vibe. Yeah, I like it, and I like the bigger dial. It's somebody was showing it on YouTube, and it was really a smaller wrist, and it looks ridiculous. But this I could wear on the outside of my search and rescue jacket. It looked pretty cool. And Chili Badger, ooh, a bit of Bell and Ross vibe as well. Thank you. Tea and Tickers checking in. Good afternoon. Well, hey, Tea and Tickers. I got me another watch. I placed the order on it. Let's run down some specs. Watches and sunglasses. Oh, speaking of sunglasses, I just purchased a pair of prescription sunglasses because I thought I could get another. I didn't want surgery this year. Well, guess what? Down the drain. I gathered up all my corrective lenses because they're useless now. Now, when both of my eyes stabilize, then I'll get some glasses for inside the house, and if I need them for the computer or in sunglasses, I'll get prescription. So I'll get 20/20 in each eye. But I blew that one. That $150 down the drain. Let's see. Okay, here we go. ProTrek. Basic information. Basic information on this. Okay, the case size, length, width, and height, it's 49.6 millimeter. Length, width is 44.8. The height is 14.7 millimeters. So that's 67 grams. That's not bad. The case is made out of bio-based resin, stainless steel. The band is a cloth band, Cordura. You know what's special about Cordura? It doesn't burn. But like I'm going to go camping in Florida, that's the last thing I could do. With giant pythons and bears and coyotes and fire ants and cottonmouth snakes, no, I'm not going camping. Water resistance, 100 meter. Low temperature, it'll go down to minus 10 degrees centigrade. What about 14 degrees Fahrenheit? Well, it's going to be on your body. It'll be under your coat jacket, I guess. Now, here's another criteria. It's radio-controlled, multi-band 6, so it updates automatically. And, of course, I said it's tough solar. It has a digital compass, an altimeter. It has a barometer, which I'm not going to use any of those things. But here's one, thermometer. It's kind of cool. And what else do I have on it? Exterior. I make a little file on the watches I purchase so I know what the hell I'm doing here. The mineral glass, it's not, what's the other one? Not mineral glass. But anyway, it has a screw lock crown, black ion plated bezel, and it has neobrite. Sapphire crystal. It's not sapphire crystal. It is mineral glass. Features. Let's go all the features. World time, stopwatch, timer, alarm, hourly signal, light. It has a double LED light. So there's two lights on it. One for the digital display and one for the full face of the watch. LED white, full auto calendar, button operation tone on and off, the power saving display, battery level indicator. Okay, approximate battery operating time. Well, it's what do they call it? They don't call it a battery. They call it something else, a capacitor or something, because it's solar powered. If it's on a, let's see, 25 months on a rechargeable battery. Okay, so you get 6 months. So you could definitely travel with it, you know. Accuracy, 15 seconds plus or minus per month, but it auto-updates in the window. It's got multi-band 6. And it goes through some other things. Now, here's the good news. And now, the 5673, let's see. I'll give you another shot of it. Every G-Shock on the back has a little, it's kind of hard to see here. It's hard for me to see. There's a little triangle down there somewhere. No, excuse me, a rectangle. It puts the movement number in there. So you don't even need the little pamphlet. All you have to do is look at that number. Now, this one's a 5673. So you go online and you put in CASIO 5673 PDF, and you get the complete operating instructions on a PDF file. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get it home, of course, I'll take it out of the box. I'm going to put it in the window. I have a little watch stand, and I'll put it in the window in the guest room facing west, get all the sun until it, you know, a couple, 2 or 3 days of that. Then I'll set the city and put it back out there, and I'll put on New York, and it should update. So you can get the guide, you know, online and on how to operate the thing. And here's another view of it. I think it's pretty cool. Now, what else is cool about it? It's 40% off. So I got it. The other ones for like, they had some different models, colors, but they're $600. This was $335. Cha-ching. So I purchased it. Seven people watching. Somebody wanted me to stream today. What happened to him? I thought he'd stop by. Let's see, Mitch, I sold my medium blue Oyster Perpetual this week. That blue has too much blue and yellow in it. I like a bluer blue. Also, 41 is too big in my opinion. Yeah, it is a little big. Yeah, 38 is perfect. And, you know, it just depends on your, I had that, I did have a Rolex at one time, the white Polar watch, Polar 2 or whatever. It looked okay when I was looking down on it, but when I saw pictures of it on my wrist, I said, that's too big. Buy what you like, wear what you buy, but I didn't want that kind of money on my wrist. Are there any three? Okay, I got to go off tangent a little bit here. This is a show about anything I want it to be. And it's just you got to keep your eye on whatever the culture is. But everybody's different. Everybody has their own sensibilities. But this poor kid, and he is a kid, a 24-year-old, of the Dallas football player, Marshawn Kneeland, Kneeland. He shot himself. Now you'd think, you're an athlete. How many people can get in the NFL and get a contract? And he had just scored in the end zone. And I saw one of these young sports broadcasters on the scene, and he says, he made a heroic play in Dallas. He got his first touchdown. Falling on a fumble in the end zone is a great play. It's not heroic. Don't call it heroic. There's nothing heroic in that. He made a great play. But to call it heroic, that's just, and then they put up a big banner at the Cowboy thing. And I'm just, my sensibilities, they're honoring him. They put up this thing honoring him. He committed suicide. I think that's inappropriate. There's no honor in committing suicide. You don't know what he was struggling. Well, I kind of do, but we should be grieving it, and everybody's in shock because they really didn't know this guy. He's your locker locker mate, and he's a team. He's on your team. You had no idea he was capable of that, did you? No. Nobody really knew him. And he's got all these fans cheering him, and he's a new player, and he gives out autographs. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. And what have I told you before? If you feel unloved, there comes a point in your time where you don't want to go on living. It's as simple as that. You got a beautiful girlfriend. You got a hot girlfriend. You got $1 million contract. You're 24 years old. And he ended it. Because of a car chase? Because the cops are chasing him? No, all you got to do is pull over. You know how many Cowboys have been pulled over? Dallas Cowboys, you just pull over. But he was just, it's terrible. And the Cowboys, I don't blame the organization. They're his employer. There's only so much you can do with him. And even his coworkers, his fellow teammates, everybody respects, everybody has boundaries. Everybody has, privacy. But you didn't know the guy. If he was capable of that, if all of a sudden, like I work with people, and you can get in trouble if you start, sticking your nose in a coworker's business. But just like, hey, how you doing? Or you're okay? And even he had a collective bargaining agreement, so he could have got help through the union. He has an employer; they would have helped him. And I don't know where the girl head is at, So, but it's just like he had given hints about this. I just don't believe stuff like this just happens, Know what I'm saying? So his girlfriend this is all online, and she made some kind of statement. Catalina Mancera. She's Marshawn's girlfriend at the time of his passing. And they don't know what was behind all of this. Now, he lost his mother in February 2024. Maybe he didn't know how to grieve that. We all lose a parent if you live long enough. And I think he was a single mother. He was raised by his single mom. She passed away. And he wore a necklace containing her ashes during the draft night. I don't know if you know the details, but what I've heard, he was being chased. His car got in some kind of wreck. He left the car, left the vehicle. They were searching for him. He found a porta potty, said goodbye to sent out a goodbye text, and killed himself. Why would you honor that? The Cowboys are going to honor him? No, you grieve him. You could have changed that. It's the language. We grieve his passing. But what's honorable in suicide? I don't get it. It's just I'm not going along with it. Or anything done in football. Now, maybe you're really hurt and you leave your team, you're a quarterback and you lead your team to a victory. Maybe heroic, but it's football. It's a game. He has done nothing heroic on the field. He was a good player. He had a great contract. And in fact, this is all on Grok. He had a full contract value, 4-year deal, $6.83 million. He's an everyday millionaire. He came from nothing and he got a $6.83 million contract. Life's not worth living. He took his life. His girlfriend was pretty hot. Took his life. Guaranteed money, $4.02 million, signing bonus. I guess maybe they got to do a drug test. I'm sure they will. I would think. It's too bad I have to go on TMZ to get the real story. But even they don't know how to talk about it. Nobody knows how to talk about it. And I've watched some of TMZ, and they say, oh, he was really liked. Oh, the fans loved him. He didn't feel loved. Nobody kills himself if they feel loved. Anybody going to argue with that? Money, if you got a bunch of money, it doesn't matter. Got a new girlfriend. Well, I don't know if there's any conflict there, but we've all had girlfriends, and when it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it hurts. But if there's love in your life, you don't go in a porta potty and kill yourself. You just don't. Anybody argue with that? I don't think so. Well, I'll take that back. Everybody argues. I just don't like how they handle it. I'm just not going to be a part of that. I'm not going to honor anyone that commits suicide. It's like the teammates, they don't want to talk about it because they didn't really know the guy, and nor should they. You're coworkers. Basically, if you're on a team or you're an employee of the Dallas Cowboys and you got, you go to work and, but man, if you got that kind of trouble to do that kind of thing, but then that, it's a macho game and everybody's got to be macho in football. And so maybe he didn't want to, I don't know. And he's gone now, 24 years old. Terrible. DJ Big Fudge. Oh, good morning. Pasta. Money doesn't cure unhappiness or depression. It's not peace, joy, or love. No, it's money. It's nice to have. It's nice to have. Or depression. Well, we don't even know if he was depressed. I don't think anybody knew anything about him. You really didn't know the guy. I mean, I worked with a lot of people, and if somebody were to end their life, I didn't really know the guy. Who could have guessed that? It's a terrible thing. But at first it was like they called it a tragedy. Well, yeah, it's tragic that he took his life. And we're honoring him. What? No, you grieve him. You have to grieve it. We're sorry. What do you do? I mean, it's a no-win for the Dallas Cowboys because somehow they're going to get blamed. They have all these things that they have in the contract. You can seek help. But if you don't seek help, it's really on you. And if you really want to kill yourself, nobody can stop it. Right? Oh, that's a terrible subject, but I had to get that out. Three people watching. Who else is streaming? Let me go look. I'm going to be here an hour and a half, no matter what. Let's see. Yeah, Horology Dungeon. Yeah, I had what's-his-face over here, Tanzil, doing advertisements for Horology Dungeon. I kicked him out. Hey, if that's your thing, go watch it, because you probably won't like it here. Money brings certain comfort. Pasta. Money brings certain comfort and security, but not happiness. Well, I was happy to have a job, but it doesn't. But then the unhappiness comes back. Because I was under the false impression that it was all about a job. If I had a good job, I'd sure feel better. That would fix everything. Well, I got the good job. It didn't fix everything. And then I finally go, and I was unhappy. Then I got into therapy. But there was a 12-step program. I first went to a 12-step program. And listen, when you cry in front of it's more than a mindset, Pasta. When you cry in a room full of strangers, you got a problem. It was so shameful. They gave me the problem to read because I was the new guy, I guess. And it was like a big room, and they were all seated all the way around the room. And they gave me I couldn't finish it, which was the best thing for me. I knew I had a problem. And it's related to alcohol. It's a mindset. Nah, it's more than that. It's more than that. You can be depressed. You can have the strongest mindset you want, but if you really don't understand it. There he is, acquired taste. You said you'd be ready at 10 a.m. You were over at the Horology Dungeon, weren't you? Admit it. Acquired taste. Yodox. Hey, acquired taste. So, anyway, we can relate it to the Global Watch community because when you start pushing people's buttons and they're really not behaving well, or they can't handle it, maybe you should back off. Would you really want to, if you knew they harmed themselves, wouldn't that hurt you a lot? I think it would me. Well, you go after the 9-year-old, Lex. Well, I go after him because to get him into therapy and those around him. Maybe they can learn something. But I don't, if you really don't like them talking about you, don't go around them. Don't go over there. And don't listen to it. Well, I would change that a little bit. Stephen L. Hi, Docs. Being famous where you have no privacy must bring its own pressure. Let me change that around. Being famous where you have no intimacy, everybody knows you, they think they know you, they're applauding you, but they don't know you. There's no intimacy in being famous. It's not love. Being famous has nothing to do with love. Must bring its own pressure. No, it brings its own realization that you should be happy or you're not happy. You got the whole stadium cheering for you. You got kids asking for your autograph. You got a hot girlfriend, but there's no intimacy. You don't feel loved. That you got to see a therapist. When you get to that point, because I was at that point, it hurt so bad emotionally. It's not that I wanted to take my life, but I didn't want to go on living. It wasn't worth it. And then it really helped. It's always been pasta. This universe has always it's always been toxic sludge. You got toxic people. That's all. Identify them and don't spend time with them. Where you're judging. No, you're making choices. Don't try to fix them. Don't try to fix them because you can't. In maybe the next lifetime they'll get fixed. But you just make an observation or see if you can help, and then just put them out of your life. It's not good on you. Acquired Taste says, I like your new watch. Well, thank you. Let's look at it again. Well, I don't have it yet. It's on order. It meets all the criteria. 40% off, and it's multi-band 6, tough solar, world time, $335 out the door. I think it's a great value. CASIO, pasta, true that. But I just thought when the Dallas Cowboys, they got this big mural up there, they're honoring him. He committed suicide. You don't honor that. You grieve it. You say, we're grieving the loss of. That's appropriate, but not honoring. I guess that's the cowboy way. Acquired Taste, Atomic Solar. Yeah, it's kind of got that Panerai vibe to me. I first saw it, and I thought, wait a second. Okay, I like it. It appealed to me because I don't like square watches, but this is square, but it's not. When you see a Casio square watch, they're all the same to me. I got one which is bright yellow, and it's a Bluetooth. But this one got me. And it was 40% off. Okay, done deal. Do it. See, that's what happens when I spend a lot of time at home and I'm not at the fitness center. You either eat or I start shopping. And plus, I was going through my file system. I'm going to go through. I got time. I talked to the doctor and she says, oh, you can go to the fitness center. I go, yeah, but I'm on the sit-up 45-degree sit-up board. No. She said, no. So they want you. So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to do my stretching. I'm going to start Monday, do the whole week. In fact, I'm going to go on my day off Wednesday. I'm going to go every day next week, and it's going to be stretching and level 3 on the treadmill, bicycle, and elliptical. Just level 3. I normally do level 7. I'm just going to cut it in half. No leg raises, no sit-ups, no weights, And I should say hello to some people over there. I was surprised. There's people that know me over there, and we chat. And I said, and one guy saw I had sunglasses on, and I always wear sunglasses because the lights are so bright. He says, "Have you had cataract surgery?" I go, "I'm gonna." So he's gonna ask. And there's some people that know I went in for surgery. So it'll be fun to talk to him. I think about making a joke. Like I'll go in and I'll pretend like I can't see, and like be clutching the wall as I walk. But, I think it's funny. Now, speaking of funny, TW, I wouldn't even look for that video until I heard him talking about it. It's so stupid, it's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, and the more TW, I mean, come on, you got to get a sense of humor. Just ignore it. Well, it could have been you, Lex. I'm sure it's me all the time on other channels, but I never watch. So they got this guy's interviewing these hot young college girls or something. What's a good boyfriend? And they got TW up in the right-hand corner, passing gas as these girls are talking. It was funny. It was funny in a Three Stooges kind of way. Well, Pasta, he's not a Jerry Jones fan. Yeah, I get that. But, it's a corporation, it's a team, it's a football team. They're NFL. They got to do everything correctly. But it should be, you shouldn't honor someone that committed suicide. I'm sorry. It should have been rewritten like we're grieving the passing of so-and-so, He will always be remembered, But it's like the teammates don't want anything because what's the question from the reporter going to be? Did you know he was capable of this? Did you know he has trouble? No. Well, you give people space, boundaries, privacy, coworkers. You don't go up and ask. If I were to go up to somebody, how's your marriage? They'd call me into HR. It's none of my business. But if you hear things, I mean, I don't think he must have given some clues along the way somewhere. You would think somewhere somebody saw something. There's clues. Nice, sensible watch. Sorry I had it up there. Let's get that down. I could have swore there have been golfers out there today. It's going to be 35 degrees overnight low on Monday. Or Monday, the low will be 35 degrees. And it's like, this is beautiful. It's in the 80s, and the sun's out, and nobody's golfing. I can't go in the lanai. It's going to be like at the garage on that. I'll be running the heater. I'll go to the fitness center. I'll warm up at the fitness center. A nice, sensible watch. It stands out in your collection. Nice strap. Well, thank you. Acquired taste. And it's fireproof when I go camping. But a 71-year-old going camping in Florida by himself, no way. I like the look of it. And it's reasonable, but I got 21 watches now. I spent $10,000 on what I have now. But of course, I had more watches than that, and I gave a lot away. So, but again, that's just part of my spending. It's not an investment. What else have I got for you? Central Florida, Cataract Day 4. Everything seems to be going well. I got the eye guard on. I have trouble dropping hitting my eyeball with the drops. I got to bring it closer to my eye, but I don't want to touch my eye. I used to put drops in my eye all the time when I was wearing contacts, but it's a little tricky. So if I hold it kind of above my head, I either hit my eyelash or hit my cheek. I want a direct shot. I got to hit the target, so I got to bring it in closer. And I am doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it 4 times a day. I got a schedule. They give you a little schedule, and I just check it off every one I do. So I did the 10 o'clock. I set my own time, so it's 5 a.m., 10 a.m., 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Well, I got to make that decision. It is Whiskey A Go-Go today. It's every second week. It's Whiskey A Go-Go. But I don't want to get tipped. I may do it. Or I could do a brandy. It's Saturday and Sunday, I got Sunday off, but I don't want to. I got to go to bed sober. I'll push the water if I stay up late. I stayed up late last night. I acquired taste, maybe a brandy. Oh, since you're here, acquired taste, I got to. Where Archie's staying, right? If he was in a fine hotel, what would you see? He'd show you the hotel room. So he's in there, and I saw him he had a beer, he was pouring a beer, and he brought this big glass up. Hotels don't have big glasses, right? And he's got the shot low, and all you do is see the ceiling. You don't see anything in the room. Well, you know where he's staying. Do I have to spell it out for you? You know exactly where he is. He's not he ran back to you-know-who. China, that's right. Shenzhen, China, in the boys' room, Mrs. Lai's boys' room while he's away at school. Absolutely. We want the girls. The girls are expensive. Oh, we finally got some golfers. The Go-Go girls were expensive, and the band was expensive. That's gone. And that was Playboard. That was only there for Playboard. And I'm not doing Playboard anymore. I'm commenting on it. I see some things, but I can't follow it. It's not worth the time. It really isn't. Yeah, I'll probably have a drink after the show. But since I'm on downtime, this is a great opportunity to go through my files on my computer and get rid of things. I don't need to take this stuff to the grave, like some of my bills that I paid in 2021 or some stuff I'm saving, and there's no point to it. And like these voicemails, I just happened to come across them because they were in a different file. And when at the time, they were pretty startling. When somebody gives your full name and then says something like,
"We are watching you. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us."
See, that's not even funny. That's just threatening. So I think this cold case may be solved someday. I have a new suspect. DOXXreport. I don't think it was Green Room. I don't think it was Timmy. Even though he knows my name and he sent gifts to my house. It could have been Timmy. He was my first suspect. Top suspect. But I'm thinking it's the Weasel. The DOXXreport. Have a great docs. Have a great day. Are you taking off on me, Pasta? Well, thank you. There's some college games, but they're so damn long. I can't watch it. It's I'd rather watch the follow-up, the condensed game. The highlights, you can watch the highlights in about 15 minutes. All right, what's the last thing in the title? So the Cataract Day 4, pretty good. It's cleared up. I don't have halos. I've always had like a floater there. If I move my eyeball around, I get a floating thing. It's not the lens, but it's great. So far. Okay. Well, thank you. No, still here. Just going to run errands and have a stream on my phone. Well, thank you. Well, okay. This is it, though. But we all know. Is there any doubt in anyone's mind that Watch Nicholas cannot handle life? You know that. So why screw with him? Just walk away. Well, he's talking about me. Well, don't listen. Acquired taste, Watch Nicholas having a battle with the Three Musketeers, Tanzil, MT88, JB. Well, I would appeal to them to just consider what you're doing. He can't. He's got a problem. And ADHD, I think it's something else going on. But why torture the guy? Well, yeah, he's unhinged at times. Well, there's something wrong. So just don't go over there. Don't send him money. Don't spend any time on him. All right, well, let's go to Morty's Diner, shall we? Morty's Diner. Now, Morty's Diner. I was over there in the chat. Now, remember when he said he wouldn't be asking for money, he'd only be running streamers? Well, he's asking. He's asking all the time now. Well, satire, Lex. Oh, give me a break. I don't think so. You know, I want fun money. Everybody's got money. I don't have any money. Send money. I need the money. I need the money. Come on. But anyway, I thought, well, okay, I'll help the guy the only way I can. So I went over, I can't remember what day this was, but I sent in a message over there. Let's make this clear, nice and dark. There it is. DOXXreport on the Morty's Diner. I hate to see seniors without money, no food security. For a $100 super chat, I'll hop on and I'll give my connection. That was a poor choice of words. It would have been association, or some connection, or some association to the Charlie Kirk tragedy. Now this is a limited time offer, but let me. I think I got Morty actually saying it. Hang on. Oh God, what was that? I just screwed up my screen. And a little behind baseball, or inside baseball. Before I went on, I didn't have my virtual mic. I couldn't play anything. And I had to figure that out. So let's see. Diner offer 1.
DOXXreport. I hate to see seniors without money, no food security. $100 super chat. I'll hop on and give my connection to the Charlie Kirk tragedy. So what is Doc saying here? He's saying, I hate to see seniors without money, no food security. Right. $100 super chat. Oh, he's saying if anyone puts in a $100 super chat, he'll hop on and give his, quote, connection to the Charlie Kirk tragedy. Well, there you go. Okay, Doc is saying for a $100 super chat, he'll hop on. Of course, you can also use Cash App or PayPal. Those are private. Cash App is absolute anonymity.
See, that's how I would play it. Because I'll show you the second offer, but I would just send a PayPal, because you don't want to give $25 to Google. I do have I don't want to give too many clues. It'll give it away. But it's 100% true. It's not a gag. It's not, and believe me, I really don't want to. I was going to bring it up at some point, maybe after some trials, but if any, the offer's good over the weekend so far. And maybe at some point I'm going to pull the offer, because I really don't want to talk about it, because it's going to open a can of worms. But how I would play it, I would pick the one you want to hear, because I think in my mind they're both equal. Now let's go to offer number 2.
DOXXreport.
Oh, hang on, I don't have the graphic up. Where's the graphic? Offer 2. There it is, Morty's Diner. Let's go with Morty. Take it away.
Charlie Kirk tragedy not selling, 100% authentic. I'll offer something else. $100 super chat. Docs will reveal for the first time a new fact regarding the DOXXreport, never spoken of before. Wow. All right, there's an offer from Docs. For a $100 super chat, Docs will reveal a new personal fact about himself that's never been spoken of before. I don't know how anybody can resist that. Patel, how can you resist that?
Well, Patel, is that Tanzil? Well, he can resist it because I just booted him off the chat. He's over here advertising the dungeon. See, he has no sense, this guy. Oh, there it is. So if you're interested, whatever one tickles your fancy, but what I would do the PayPal. Now, you can negotiate with Morty. I mean, it's up to him. If he wants to sell them both to you for $100, well, that's his business. But he can negotiate with him. Contact Mortimer at Morty's Diner. What do you mean grabbing? Morty is grabbing money. He's not successful at it. What's Timmy doing? What's Archie doing? What's Nicholas doing? Who isn't, going for money? He sold out. Sold out what? His integrity? I don't. Acquired taste. Morty sold out for the dollars. He didn't pursue a career because he didn't want to be a billionaire. There's no virtue in being not having money. That's not a virtue. It's a state. You have money, you don't have. You have money, you have some money, you don't have money. You have a lot of money. It's just your economic state, and it's better to have money, some money, to do the things you want to do. I can't imagine he wants to stay up in that apartment. If he really had, now I just got to refer to the infamous interview with Mark Goldberg. He traveled around where he traveled. He pursued his passion until the passion was gone. Okay, but at some point, you got to go to work. But all I hear is he's got Social Security and access to some money, but not a lot of money. Why would you be in Portland? Why would you be at Ground Zero, Antifa? And he can't find a better place to live than that? But he likes it. Do you really believe he likes it rainy and cloudy? Maybe he does. Maybe he loves that apartment. Maybe he's got a great apartment. I don't know. But he does, he wants the money. First it was the dental bill. Now it's fun money. Acquired taste. Now let's do it right. Timmy Tin Cup Panhandling Trust Funded Airport Lounge. Well, let's do it again. Timmy Tin Cup Panhandling Trust Funded Marxist Airport Lounge Scrounger. He's not doing very well either. None of them are doing well. It's all down. It's all downhill. What a gorgeous day. So I'm going through my computer, my Mac, and I'm getting rid of all the stuff that I don't need. But I had updates I had to put on the Mac. And then there were the apps I had to update. And then they had I knew there was an update coming, a major update, because all the apps required to be updated, like 20. So here we go. So what is it now? What is it on? Let's see. We're running now. What is it? Tahoe 26.1. Mac OS Tahoe 26.1. Well, then I got these other software. I got software that doesn't play nice with it sometimes. And like I say, just before air, and that's the reason I don't like to schedule something, because I don't want to be, when I schedule 11 o'clock, or 11:20, whatever, damn it, I'm here. I show up. I show up for work on time. But when I lost my mic, and I go, oh God. So then I had to reboot. Oh, Mark, welcome aboard. Docs, bringing the business. Acquired taste. Is Rich Mitch still here? Well, he was here earlier, but the dungeon's up and running now. Yo, Mark. Mark says greetings. There's always something, if I was an elderly person, if I was 70 years old, I never owned a home, don't buy one. It's just too much to do. There's advantages to apartments. You don't need to pay taxes, but it's just time consuming. Like the garage door opener, the outside panel, the battery went out, and then I had to program it again. I got the instructions. This time I took notes. It's just, there's always something. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. I go there sometimes. It's not, or even Archie's show and Mark Goldberg. I just can't. I'm not going to listen. Or the what's his name, Mike the companion pet. I can't listen. I'm not listening. And I unfortunately, let's see, Acquired Taste. I can't listen to the Dungeon. The panel sucks. Well, I mean, I'm willing to have an individual on here, but it seems if I put the link in, I'm going to get TW or there's just some people I'm not compatible with, you know. I can't make nothing out of it. I can't, you know, and they're on so many other channels. But there are other people, and I think the one thing Morty and Watch Nichols have in common is they let anybody on. You can't let everyone on. You got to set some boundaries where they're just like Plastic. I would never let Plastic on a show, ever. Or Narc for that reason. Or Woozy. That you're just asking for trouble. And especially if you're fighting with these guys, don't let them back on. Forgive and move on, but don't let them back on. Like he's had, I guess the latest run-in is Watch Nichols and JB or MT85, whatever. Okay, straighten it out with him, but never let him on again, and don't accept their money. But he's not. He doesn't know how to do that. Mark T. Glock is discontinuing many models. Time to go shopping. I have firearms I haven't even fired yet. I'm Glocked out. I mean, I am done. A G22 included. What caliber is that one? What's the G22? Let's go to the Glock website. Or let's go, well, instead of that, let's go to my firearm folder. Firearms, current firearms inventory. I don't know what the Glock 22 is. I have a Glock 21 Gen 3. That's a 45. Glock 19 Gen 3. Of course, the 19 is the 9mm. I got a Glock 19 Gen 4, Davidson exclusive. That's a 9mm. Glock 43 Tallow sights, that 9mm. Glock 26. Now, these I've fired. Glock 26 Gen 4. That's a 9mm, but that's kind of a shorter stock. Glock 30, that's a 45 caliber, Gen 4. I don't know if I've shot that one. A Glock 17L, 9mm, I know I haven't shot that one, Gen 5. Oh, 40, I'm not going to carry 40, I'm not going to buy 40 ammunition. 45 is fine. It'll knock down any alien. Perhaps he'll go up in value. No, don't do it. Not an investment. No, you want to buy them, you enjoy them, great, but it's not an investment. All right, so now that's not all my firearms, but it's like I got enough. I have enough. Let's see. My firearm costs. Okay, I got $10,000 in washers. I got $6,643.48 in firearms. Ruger SP101. You know, and I'm going to get back to I will always wear eye protection. After you have cataract surgery, you have to, the eye is so incredible. It's such an engineering accomplishment. It's so complex. It's so precious, your eyesight. I'm going to wear safety glasses. I wore safety glasses up to get coffee because this has to heal. And she mentioned, you see that little starlight off to there? That's the incision. Once in a while it'll catch light, but I guess it heals. They don't suture it, and they'll laser it only if it bleeds. So I want that to heal. It's amazing. The healing process, how does the healing process evolve? It's programmed. You're designed to heal. Isn't that amazing? But I wore the safety glasses up there. I'm not taking any chance, and I'll still continue to wear sunglasses at the fitness center and sunglasses when I go outside. But even if it's a cloudy day, you know, If I'm doing the hedge before the sun comes up, I'm going to have safety glasses on. All right, we got the gun patrol here. Oh, 19 millimeter. You mean 9 millimeter, right? I might buy a G47. What the hell? Glock G47? Let's look that up. Glock 47? Ooh, G47. Isn't the Glock 47 basically a Glock 17? No. The Glock 47 is not the same as the 17, though they are very similar. The key differences are that the Glock 47 was designed with modularity in mind, using a shorter recoil spring assembly from the Glock 19, and often comes with an MOS, modular optical system. This allows parts to be interchanged with the Glock 19. Okay, well, if you want one, get one. If you can afford it, you're going to shoot it. I'm not going back to the range till I can see straight, get my sight back. Oh, I've already been up there. I was up there yesterday. When's the next wah wah? Wah wah! Wah wah! I had my coffee at home here. I'll probably, because I'm going to be there every day next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I'm going to work out. And the routine is when I finish my workout, I head over there to have a little breakfast and my coffee. So I'll be there 5 times next week. And again, I don't know if you heard, but it's going to be the low on Monday, 35 degrees. We got a system coming in. Should drop a little rain around the area. I hope we get some rain Sunday. And then the cold front's here. You're lucky to have a Wawa. I know, and some people, like, that person overnight calls it the gas station. He has no idea. It's a great place. Yeah, I am lucky. I'm lucky that I finally went in there. I was down here for 3 years, and my neighbor never mentioned. He just said he goes up there to get his coffee, to get the Cuban coffee, and I just never. He didn't tell me they had they had a full service food thing in there, and touch screens and kiosk. But you know what he takes up there to eat? He takes his own crackers and peanut butter. He doesn't spend. All he does is get one small cup of coffee. That's his thing. So, coming in, golf cart. Colombian or Cuban? If I'll go for the Colombian. In fact, this last time it was yesterday. It had just finished, so she put out the new pot, and it was great. But if I'm filling it with Colombian, it's starting to run a little, it's getting towards the bottom, and I'll switch over and do another half a Colombian. I've never got a full Colombian, because sometimes I think it'll keep me up. But a full Cuban. Cuban is the strong one. Fab Food at Wawa, acquired taste. That would be the breakfast crumbled sausage burrito. I just take it as it comes. And then maybe the next day I'll switch over to the apple wood barbecue bacon. I like the burrito. I try the sandwiches. I think the burrito is the perfect food. It's all there, all the amino acids. You got some protein, little cheese. And then I'll come home and maybe I have I bought a bunch of food from Costco because I didn't know I'm going to be laid up. I'm recovering, so I just will have some food on hand. And I bought all these treats, all these candies. So I'll hit the gym Monday. I'll get back there. But again, stretching and just the aerobic stuff, level 3. I'm not a lunch guy. I'm really a morning guy, so I never really get in there for. I had a hoagie before, but I get there in the morning. I don't know if they can pull it off because they're understaffed. This thing has a full staff. They got one, 2, 3, 4. they got at least 7, 8 people working in there. What does 7-Eleven have? They have a cashier. And it's self-serve. They're not going to have a full restaurant in there or a full cooking thing. They're studying it, but they don't. It takes the labor is the highest cost. What would you think? I enjoy it. It's fresh, scrambled eggs, the cheddar cheese, and some of the sausage, and I think it's great. Mark T. Shave report. Docs, has it been 2 months? Time to. I know. I got to shave, so I guess it is time. I got to start putting down the date. Usually I go by the month, but sometimes I go over. So I'll put the date down. And I got almost a full beard now. I'm a mess. Or you know what? Or I could shave because I'm going to go back to the gym on Monday. I've already showered today. And that's what I'll do tomorrow. See, my routine is I shower, but I don't shave as soon as I get out of the shower. I wait maybe till the afternoon or early evening. And then I just go in there and get the shave cream going, and it soaks it up. I think I have a better shave. Use dice for blade use. I put a little blue nail polish on one side of the blade, so I turn it over. Every time I use it, I turn it over. Because it's a blade. It has 2 edges. It has 2 sides. And I'm only shaving twice a week. I'll just put a date in there when I change it. In fact, I'll change it out now, I think. Well, I could probably get one more shave out of it. One hour, 12 minutes. We got a cold case. Here we have a cold case. A crime was committed back in 2022. Anonymous voicemail.
It will be a shame if your property, association, and neighbors know about your streams. You have been a bad boy.
This is your final warning. If you do today's show, we will be forced to inform the housing association.
It's time for your neighbors to know you have been streaming and talking bad about them on YouTube. Association would love to hear about your antics.
We are watching you. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
See, I thought it was. It's a toss-up between Timmy and DOXXreport, I think. I don't think Green Room. It's kind of funny, but it's not funny. What the heck? Yes, that was voicemail, and they used my real name. I cut that out at the very beginning. They address my real name to me, and then they give that message. That was in 2022, from October 30th to November 2nd, or that time frame there. That was just before I would go on the show. I would get that message on my phone. And it's a cold case. I don't know. Nobody's ever confessed to it. You're too rich to overuse blades. I get the most out of it, the value. Well, that's like saying you're too rich to buy a G-Shock. I enjoy the G-Shock, but I'll probably change the blade. It was AD laughing. Who? AD never calling? I don't think so. It was AD. A Rolex AD? No. Well, who do I go after? I was going after Timmy and Archie. So Mark T says, I kid. And I guess the NASA, let's see if they're going to, let me ask the AI here. Has NASA agreed to release, let's see, 3i/Atlas photos? Question mark. Oh, here we go. Yes. Has NASA agreed to release the photos? That was the question to Grok AI. Yes, NASA has agreed to release the withheld high-resolution images and data from its Mars. What does the R stand for? Reconnaissance orbiter. Specifically, the high-res instrument, which captured the comet during the close flyby of Mars on October 2nd to 3rd. That's within 30 million kilometers. However, the release is conditional. What? And delayed due to the ongoing USA federal government shutdown, now over 30 days as of November 8th. Oh, really? Let's see. Key confirmation. On November 5th, 2025, Representative Anna Paulina Luna, Republican, Florida, reported a good conversation with NASA officials, stating as soon as the government reopens, they'll be releasing images and data. She emphasized bureaucratic constraints prevent release during the shutdown, but confirmed NASA's intent to share once resolved. Luna had formally urged acting NASA director Sean Duffy to expedite this in a letter dated October 31st, citing the object's rarity and the need for independent analysis. Okay, so it looks like it's going to come. No exact timeline. NASA has not specified a date, as it depends on the Congress resolving the shutdown. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. No, I got so much stuff now. Any Sterling orders pending? No, I got all sorts of shave cream, or shaving soap. I may get the soap bar again. That's getting a little low, but I got to use up the other things I purchased, Really? Curly, wear that with a band of honor. Acquired taste. Curly banned me because on visit docs. Really? Because I visited docs. It is strange. Curly visits docs too, but I got rid of him. I mean, I can't. It's too distracting, and I got rid of Tanzil this morning too, because he's over here advertising the dungeon. Let's see, what did he say? Is it still up there? Oh, here he is. Horology Dungeon, and Eddie, let's see, and Eddie close to a deal with a return to the dungeon to take over the day while Bateman takes over the night. I don't need to know that. And you're just advertising your own channel over there. Your own strange behavior with the 9-year-old. Yeah, I believe in borders. Unless it's mutually beneficial. But I get no benefit out of it, having Tanzil over here. What the hell is... Hang on. I got a cord down here. Let's see. Mike the Snake lives in the dungeon. I can't listen to him. Uh-oh, I may have a golf ball. They're searching. Acquired taste. Newsflash. Signed on with Watch Nicholas. Who? Is he streaming now? Let me go look. I don't think so. View channel. Videos. I mean, we all have different tastes. If you can listen to it. Eddie? Acquired taste. He has watched Nicholas Keys. I don't think so. He had a break. He's having a breakdown, nervous breakdown, which can be good if it gets you into therapy, if it gets you to change what you're doing. Acquired taste says Eddie. Eddie is signed on with Watch Nicholas. Eddie will post for Watch Nicholas. Well, there was an interesting conversation I heard on Morty's Diner saying the number of ex-felons that are in the community. And I think I don't know who he was talking to, but he said he can think of 10 or 11. I can't think of 10 or 11. I can think of 3. Curly, Eddie, and Jax. That's it. I can't think of any more than that. Legitimate question. Docs, why is Archie's wife still with him? No upside I can do. Well, she's visiting in Japan, from what I understand. One of the sons is over in Japan. He's better off staying there. And another one, I think, is back in Australia. One of them has moved in with a girlfriend. I don't know which one. But she's there visiting. But the divorce laws in Australia, I think he was talking about this, is you got to be separated for a year or try to, and then if you still want to get divorced, then you get the divorce. I think that's how it goes. But of course he's close to that because he's selling everything. And he wants to get rid of the BMW, and he sold his precious watches. You could say the same thing about, I would change that question around. Docs, why is Mrs. Lai still with Archie, still seeing Archie? There's no upside I can see. Yeah, it applies to her too. If he was in a 5-star hotel, he'd be showing off the room. Why does he have the camera so low? You can't see anything in that room. Why? Because you'd recognize it. We'd all recognize it. 1 hour, 22 minutes. What I should do, I should have my whiskey like early afternoon or at 3 o'clock or something. And just leave it at that. See, an unmarried AC3 is a boat without an anchor. No, no. Mark T, an unmarried AC3 is a boat without an anchor. No. There's no controlling it. No, I view him as a predator, a manipulator. That's all he does. If he still had his looks about him, let's say for some bizarre, we all, instead of aging, we get 100 years, but we don't age past, 30 years old, let's say, and then you're guaranteed 70 years, and then there's a switch and you're just gone. Let's say that's how it worked biologically. He'd be remarrying he'd be married 10, 12 times. That's what he does. He's getting advantages off of Mrs. Lai, right? He says he's a homosexual, but he'd rather be married and have him working. Let's see. Watch Nicholas has 4. Well, there's no new content though. Watch Nicholas has 4 keys out. Jax, Uzi, Eddie. I don't know who the 4th one is. I don't watch that much of it. I hate to, and I did go over there when he was screaming and ranting, and it's like, no, I don't get any enjoyment out of that. AC3 is a pimp, says Mark C. No, he's a manipulator. I think he's a predator. Has he ever supported himself? Ever. He was in the IT business at one time. Okay. He abandoned the first family, went to Thailand. He left behind a wife and 2 boys and a BMW. And now we're right back to it. The wife, BMW, 2 kids. And he's not on travel. He took a 2-week vacation to go to where? You're not even showing the room? That's because we'd all recognize it. You're back to Mrs. Lies. Let's see, I got anything more? Amuamua.
Aumuamua.
Amuamua.
Aumuamua.
Amuamua.
Aumuamua.
Amuamua. That was for Mookie. Exactly. Well, a vacation from the stress, because he had to sell the, what's the one, the skeletonized one, I forgot the name of the tuber gaze and the other one. It's not a brand I would buy, but see, that's who he is. That really crushes him, that he had to sell that. And he had his watches stolen. He loves these. This is his identity. So so what can he do? Where can he go for comfort? Where can he run off to? He's in a room. You know what room it is? It has to be. Why wouldn't he show it? It's on the cheap, and he's drinking beer from a full glass. Well, you don't have full glass. You don't have large glasses in hotels. Well, let's see, I had another bit to do. I mean, if you really need money that bad, anybody, and you're in America, let's look at the federal poverty guidelines. 2025 poverty guidelines. Annual income, head of household. If you're one person and you do not live in Alaska or Hawaii, it's $15,650. That's the poverty level. Okay. Why is that important? Because you may qualify for SNAP. What is SNAP? Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the official U.S. federal program that helps low-income individuals, including seniors, and families buy food. Quick facts as of December 2025. What does it do? Provides monthly benefits on an EBT card. It's like a debit card. Who it helps? 41 to 42 million Americans. 1 in 8 people. Can you imagine that? Including children, 39%, older adults, veterans, and people with disabilities. Average benefit about $187 per month. Just a few dollars per meal. Former name, food stamps, still commonly called that. Ran by USDA's Food and Nutrition Services. States handle applications. Okay, current status, it's delayed, right? Can you qualify? Varies by state. Gross monthly income has got to be under or equal to 130% of the federal poverty line. How to apply? So there is help out there buying food. Who qualifies? U.S. citizens. That's one category. Gross income has to be less than or equal to 130% of federal poverty. Net income less than 100% of the FPL. So the gross, if you're single, is $1,632 monthly. But you can't have, let's see, resource, asset limit. You can only have $3,000 countable assets, cash and bank accounts. You have to have less, I guess, than $3,000. $4,500 if you're anyone 60 years of age or older. Cars, your home, retirement accounts usually don't count. Most states just waive the asset test. Work rules, able-bodied adults without dependents, age 18 to 54. You got to work 80 hours a month or job training or something else. Special group, seniors, 60 years of age plus disabled and disabled. So you can be a senior and the disabled, higher deductions. So there's money out there. How much do you get? One person, $292, the maximum benefit in October 2025. It's not much, but when you multiply that by millions of people, it's a lot of money. Oh, yeah, of course. Got to push the water. Crushing 12-hour work week calls for another. Crushing, no, what really hurt him was selling the watches. That's the only thing that really hurts him. He's really attached to it. He loves them. He loves the objects. He loves the shit. He doesn't like people, remember. Pavel, crushing 12-hour work week calls for another month away with Mrs. Lai. Well, it's 2 weeks. Pushing the water, absolutely. Food stamps. Yeah, when I was a kid bagging groceries, you would see the food stamps, you know. But now a debit card. I can't recognize a debit card. All right, 1 hour 31 minutes. You want to be sent over to the dungeon? I don't think so. Somebody said I'll pick me up at 2 o'clock. Who's picking me up at 2 o'clock? I have no idea who that is. Got the wrong number. I never watch the news. Let's see, here we go. I know, well, I was going to say that. America, Mark T. America, the country with the starvation obesity problem. Yeah, you don't see many, I don't see anybody starving in America. I'm sorry. If you were to look at everybody with those cards, they haven't missed too many meals. Come on. Department of Irony. Pavel, judging by the threats of looting, if their free money tap is turned off, there's a portion of receipts that sure don't feel very thankful of our tax dollars. No, they don't. They are entitled. There is a group. Where's my graphic? It's best explained this way. There are no longer Republicans and Democrats. There's really no conservatives and liberals. It's America versus communism, or Americans that want to work, they want to achieve, they want to be productive. Another group that just, hey, they're entitled. I can't work. My feet hurt, or whatever. But I want it fair. In other words, we should all be the same. There should be no achievement, no rewards for achieving. It should be equalized. And that's what Canada's going to find out. Everybody's going to be equal up there except who? The party officials. That's communism. They're going to have their homes and the money, and you're going to be shopping carts, food banks, unaffordable housing or shitty housing. But it's fair because it's equal. You're all the same. Keep your eye on Canada. That's a mess. Well, it'll work. Where has communism worked? Ever? Anywhere? Acquired taste. Okay, hold on. Let me give you due respect here. Mrs. Lai bought gold Budweiser. I mean, he thinks because he points the camera up at the ceiling and you can't see photos. Right? He thinks we don't know where he is. Please, he's hiding for one reason. He doesn't want to be laughed at. He doesn't want you to know. We already know you're there. Because we know if you were in a 5-star hotel, you'd show us every room in it. But when he lifted that beer up to his mouth and that full glass, I knew, come on. And then the camera angle, you're at Mrs. Lies. We all know it. I don't think he's even ashamed of it, but I guess he's close to divorce time, so who knows? Oosh says communism works while sizing his gold Rolex. It works for the party officials, of course. If you're on the top of the pyramid, it works for you. Let's see if Morty's going to stream today. I really like when he does it earlier. At least I can try to watch it. Let's see. Doesn't show it. Let's see how the dungeon is doing. Well, you know what? To hell with the phone. Acquired taste, maybe he's hiding from his wife's divorce lawyer. Boy, she needs an attorney, doesn't she? If anybody needed an attorney, it would be her. Let's see. Let's go over Horology Dungeon. They stopped streaming. Happy Saturday, you dungeon dwellers. Oh, I missed it. Erin Fletcher. Boy, she's got a thing for Jamie, doesn't she? Pavel, he'll get alimony. He'll try for it. Well, I think he's pretty sensitive on that. Mark T., I would love to know how Morty mishandled his finances, retirement. He doesn't seem stupid. He's, well, he says life just happened. In other words, is he playing the victim? Well, it just happened. Nothing just happens. Life, that you create your life, but I think he pursued his passion early in life. Nothing wrong with that. But at some point, if you can't earn a living doing it, you have to do something else. Or again, I just go back to Mark Goldberg's interview with him. And he lost his passion for what he did. He got another degree, but I don't think he ever went to work. I don't know if he's ever held a job, a steady job, 40 hours a week for 5-10 years. Yeah, I don't think he could do that. I don't think he wants to do that. I wanted to do that because I like the money. I'm a professional. I'm here for the money. It's like these football players, they don't, all these nutty fans, these Cowboy fans, if you get a higher price somewhere else, they're going to move on, the football players. It's a business to them. I don't know if he mishandled it. I don't think he cared until all of a sudden it's too late. It's hard to, can you imagine, instead of streaming, if he would have worked in a call center for 7 years and then streamed, get an apartment where you could walk to work somewhere in some county or some state. When I was younger, it's wherever the job is, I'll go. Whatever state, I will, if that's the opportunity, I go. Until the job ended in Las Vegas, and I really didn't want to start new anywhere. And then the opportunity opened for Florida, and I'm in paradise now. Acquired taste. I think I'll pass on Goldberg's Negroni-fueled drunk. It's hard to take. It's the same old stuff over there. 17 people. That's because the dungeon ended. That's what he told me. Really? Morty told you that? That's what he told me when I asked years ago. He told you what? He mishandled his finances in retirement. He doesn't seem, I don't know. Well, thank you. I did do well. You did well, Docs. Congrats. Yeah, and I talk about it because if I can do it, anybody can do it. I was in a boarding house. That's not I left home, what was it, 1974, I had $200. And I've cleaned toilets, and I learned how to work when I was younger. And I think that did pay off. And you got to start somewhere. But the longer you put it off, you end up not doing anything. You have to learn to work. Take a job doing anything. If I had an MBA, I wouldn't even tell them I had it. I'd just say, I need a job. I want to work. Go work at a call center. Your former home is melting down. What's my former home? Oh, Vegas is crashing? Oh, what's my former home? Vegas is crashing. I hear all this stuff. Who knows? I don't follow it. I've never looked up my home price since I left. He told me life happens. I know, but that's like saying the victim. Like you had nothing to do with it? No, it just happened to me. I was in the crosswalk and I got hit by a car. Well, it just happened. Well, you weren't looking both ways. What do you mean it just happened? You made choices along the way. Okay, but they rake in millions of dollars. None of the strip casinos own their dirt. Well, you got me curious now. Now I got to go low. Okay, let's go back to Grok. That's a good question for AI. Let's see. How economically is Las Vegas, Nevada doing? Question mark. Okay. As of November 2025, the Las Vegas economy has experienced a slowdown after a strong post-pandemic recovery in 2024. The city remains heavily reliant on tourism, gaming, and hospitality, which account for a significant portion of its GDP and employment. However, declining visitor numbers, reduced consumer spending, and national economic headwinds have led to job losses and softer retail sales. Not only that, but you don't need to go to Las Vegas to gamble any longer, right? On the NFL games, everybody's got online stuff. Every state, it's all legal now. You don't have to go to Las Vegas. On a brighter note, gaming revenue has shown resilience, and sectors like healthcare and real estate are providing some diversification and stability. Overall, the metro area's GDP is estimated to grow modestly, around 1% to 2% for the year, based on state trends. But the outlook is cautious due to inflation, policy uncertainties, that'd be tariffs, don't blame the tariffs, and competition from other gambling destinations, like your home, like your phone. Your phone is a gambling destination. Okay, all right. You know what? But look at yourself. How are you doing? No matter what's outside, how are you doing? You control what you control, which is you. Docs, your viewers are increasing. 21. Okay, well, so what? So what? The question is, are they making money, the casinos? That's what the question is. Who cares if they own the land or not? The businesses, they want to make the money. If it's cheaper to lease the land, they'll do that than own it and pay taxes on it. Oh, thank you. Acquired taste. Upvote for Docs. Vegas is now food and show oriented. Yeah, and earlier, past decades, I guess, it was for the family, that kind of thing, circus and water events. I lived there, but I was never into gaming. I like to go fishing, and I had my first mortgage there. I took out a mortgage in 1993, Piccoli Ranch, which is west Las Vegas. And I had the home paid for in 9 years. That's what I'm proud of. And I owned it. Thank God I got it sold, though, too. Well, yes and no. Not for a corporation. They got to make so much money a year. They're not there to hang on to land. But believe me, the corporations, if it wasn't an advantage to them, they wouldn't do it. It's for the bottom line. It's for growth. It's for money, intake, whatever you want to call it, profit. The land is the most valuable asset, Docs, of course. It is irreplaceable. I know, but these are corporations. They're not residents. They don't care about that. I had my coffee this morning. Great morning. Showered. Got my eye drop in. I got my beta blockers on. It is so bright out there. Oh, my God. What's the temperature? 85 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be 29 degrees Celsius. Humidity, 54%. Winds 8 kilometers per hour. That would be 5 miles per hour. Well, the humidity's down, way down. But again, Monday, the low temperature, 35 degrees. That's 1.66 centigrade, Celsius or whatever. They don't think that way, Mark. I'm just telling you. They are now tenants, not owners. They don't think that way. Believe me, I mean, they have the CEO, they have vice president, and they have chief financials officer. They look at all the angles. Whatever deduction they get or expense, to increase their bottom line. That's what it's about. They'll care. It's short-sighted. Well, I think they know what they're doing. You want to see efficiency. Like you could, casino, boy, when they change, they can change. I mean, you go in there and they've moved everything around. They're very good at that. If something doesn't work, they get it to work. I don't really miss it. I don't think, I was never a Vegas guy. I love this kind of rural area and the animal life and it's quiet. And I couldn't have imagined this place. I mean, I've got access to everything, the doctor, down the street. I got a dentist around the corner. I got banks and a credit union and shopping right here. And three wholesale clubs, 3 BJ's, Sam's Club, and of course the king, Costco. And Wawa. It's great. And a fitness center, I can pop over there. Great. And you got to know when to shop, though. I pulled in. I went over to Walmart in the morning, yesterday morning, got the battery and just a couple things to eat. But I went over there like later in the day before. It was packed. I'm not going in there. That's the reason I do it in the morning. No lines, no people. It's too crowded at times. Well, who's they? Who's they? The management team? They will get rich at company. No. They have a board of directors. They have to perform, or they're out, or they get fired. And wah wah. Oh, give me a wah wah. Wah wah. Cleaning lady, she's great. And now that my eyesight is fixed, I saw all this dust on some of the furniture, so I took out the duster. Now, normally I wouldn't see that. And the double vision is gone. I mean, that's what really got my attention. When I was looking outside, and I told you this story, I see 2 golf balls, right like just 8 inches apart. And I go, boy, how's that possible? I cover my left eye, 1 golf ball. Left eye, 2 golf balls. So that was it. I mean, that I can't, I got to get it fixed. So I did. So she's great. And she'll probably be calling here. I just had the lawn pest guy. He came by. Morty, 50. Well, that's how companies go bankrupt. CEOs get fired and rich. Well, they have golden parachutes. They got the golden parachute. I forgot. They were popping up. I was never a casino guy. I mean, I would like to go eat there, but as soon as I'm in there and it gets noisy, which it's noisy all the time, the noise. 10, 20 minutes. I want to get out of there. Oh, let's see. Hopefully, her mom can drive her. Well, that's not the problem. She'll get here. I mean, the girlfriend, I know, my expectation is, if I play the game now, I mean, I've accepted her. She even told me that. I told you that story. She said, well, you love me. I go, yeah, I do love you. What, am I going to fire her? No. Has she been a no-call, no-show? Yes. But then she's also called like 10 minutes before she's going, I got to take my mom, my brother-in-law died, and my mom and I have to drive to the airport to pick up. So I said, is that okay? You know, you don't even have to ask. I said, sure. You know, you have to. That's who she is. I've accepted who she is. And it's like, this is for AD Never Calling. He was talking about his Catholic leader or someone in the parish that he really gets upset about. That's who they are. So if you then leave them alone, or accept them, or just leave them alone. You're not going to change them. I try to give her hints, you know, like she says, I'm always getting the wrong guy. I'm always picking the wrong guy. And I go, well, you should think about that. There's something in that. But if she says 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and my girlfriend still be dropping me off, well, I know it's an hour, at least an hour. But I have to be ready just in case. Like when her mom brought her here, right on the button. But I didn't say anything. I don't want to, give her a hard time. Or I'll mention it to her and just kind of laugh. But you got to be ready to go. But if she doesn't show, I'll give her I'll text her and I'll see, I'll say, good morning, we still on, and then we'll see if she texts back, fine. If not, I'll wait a few more minutes or, half hour, and then I'll go out and do what I'm going to do. I always plan something. If I was going to go eat, then I go eat because she didn't show up, Docs has to give her flexibility. I chose to give her flexibility. I could have fired her the first time. No call, no show, you're fired. But then who am I going to replace her with? When she's here doing the job, once she gets in here, she goes right to work. And it gets done. It's giving grace and acceptance. Well, I don't know what that means. I mean, I don't know what you mean by grace. Would I rather have her be right on time? Sure, but she's not going to do that. That's not who she is. So you take her as she is. It's like a relationship. If you think you're gonna change her after you spend a month or two with her, you're not. If you really want to know what you're getting with a girl, or you're just hanging out with somebody or a girl, go see how she acts around other people, because that's how she's going to act to you at some point. Mark T. Talent is worth waiting on. Joe Strummer. Well, who the hell is Joe Strummer? I'm going to look that. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Joe Strummer. Oh, he died. Born 1952, died 2002. Edinburgh, Scotland. Part of a group. He's a British musician. He was the co-founder, lyricist, rhythm guitarist, and lead vocalist of the punk rock band The Clash, formed in 1976. Yeah, I'm not a punk rocker. Sorry. JB, lay off of Watch Nicholas. You had a nervous breakdown because of you. Just leave him alone. Hello, Docs. Hope all is well. Just walk away. Just walk away. Well, he did this. He did that. Walk away. But he talks about me. Don't listen. Just walk away. You never know. Look at that Dallas Cowboy player. How would you like to have a beef with him? And then he's gone. That would have been that'd be terrible. I can't even listen to him get so upset because there's something terribly wrong there. It's not ADHD. It's something else. Has to be. All right, 1 hour, 55 minutes. We got 20 people watching. Morty, this is your chance. The dungeon is closed. The only thing open is the DOXXreport. It's a golf course, dinner theater, very exclusive. We need a diner to come up. 2 o'clock. Put up your logo here. Let's see if he's done it. I don't know if he's going to do it. Nah, he'll probably come on later. I got so much time to kill. JBGB, understood. Yeah, I mean, in the best sense. You know that. I mean, in the best sense of it. Agreed. JB, don't poke the watch nickel. Well, it's not a question of poking. It's just he's not. There's something wrong. Hands off. Yeah, just hands off. You walk away, and he doesn't know. See, he's kind of like Morty. He lets everybody on. They both, in that way, they're similar. They let everybody on the stream. You can't do that. You can make up with them. You don't. I'm not saying hold a grudge, but don't let them back on. It's not healthy. And then some people should be banned. I would never have Plastique or Uzi or Narc. It's just not. No. Mark C says, thanks for the business, Docs. Well, I just do my thing. I'm a senior, and I like streaming. I like watches. I like knives and guns, and you try to help people, and you try to be an example to others. If you want to be successful, you first have to define it, whatever it was. And to me, it was a good job and some money. Because if you can't define it, you'll never achieve it. I didn't know exactly how I would get there, but I was determined, and I didn't quit. And once I got a good job, I hung in there. Mark, treat yourself to a new blade every day, multi-million. I am, listen, I shop. I look for sales. And that also curbs my appetite, especially like treats and that kind of thing. I don't, it kind of curbs my appetite. And, especially, and folding knives, I mean, you can spend thousands of dollars on one single knife. I don't do that. Or watches. Acquired taste, AC3 needs Calmex and counts. It may be too late for him. He always needed a therapist. It may be just too late for him. But those around him should understand him, and don't support that kind of activity. A manipulator, predator type person. Oh, beautiful lighting now. Just beautiful lighting. Is there a golfer out there? You can see the flag, right? You can see him on the course, right? You can see him right on the hole. Again, that cold case. We have a cold case crime. Is that what they call it? A cold case. Yeah, 2022. Malicious phone calls to the DOXXreport.
It will be a shame if your property, association, and neighbors know about your streams. You have been a bad boy.
This is your final warning. If you do today's show, we will be forced to inform the housing association.
It's time for your neighbors to know you have been streaming and talking bad about them on YouTube. Association would love to hear about your antics.
We are watching you. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
The top suspects were Timmy. Who was the other one? Green Room. But I got a third one now. DOXXreport. But that is kind of startling. Just before you go on a show and you get a phone message like that, and they use your full name at the beginning. The only reason I found it, because I had it under my, I make files, document folders, you know, on the Mac, and this was under my property. For some reason, I had it under their voicemail. All right, 2 hours, 16 people watching. I wish I could send you somewhere, but nobody's streaming. Let's see, Bart Simpson, I just put a pot roast in the crock pot. 0 carbs. What, are you trying to lose weight? Protein's good, but make some rice. I made a mistake. Never buy anything that has rice already cooked, because you can make that. I got a 3-cup rice cooker. For a single guy, perfect. I always cook 3 cups. Use what you need and then put it in the fridge. So you can't eat like a, you know, just a crock pot. I mean, just meat. You know, you got to have something to go with it. Oh yeah, he was really upset about that. I'm bad on the times. Acquired taste. What is the timing near the date that DOXXreport was upset because you came up with a channel known as DOXXreport? Not only that, he was upset. He claimed it destroyed his channel. Now, how silly is that? How could I destroy anybody's channel? He wanted to talk to me one time on the phone. This is before I heard all these accusations of recording, and he wanted to speak with me. And I said, "What about?" And he got all pissed off. F you. And I'm so glad I didn't talk to him. And he's the guy that came up with the weaponizing the live chat. If you want to go after another program, weaponize. See, these guys over there at the AC3 stream, they don't make a better product. They have to attack other ones. They don't come with anything original. Nothing. It's the same old. We'll put the others out of business, and they'll have to come over here. So his idea was weaponize the live chat. Go over there and hassle them. Well, you know, you don't want to break somebody. If somebody's going through, you know, they can't handle it. Well, they shouldn't be on YouTube anyway. In this investing club, that's not investing. That's gambling. Futures and options, that's gambling. Comet update. NASA agreed to release the photos, but they didn't give exact timeline. It's going to be nearest the Earth, which is like millions of miles away. Let's go back to Grok. Everybody's still calling, you know, the news media still calls it a comet, but let's see, how close, when and how close will 3i Atlas be to Earth? If you want your updates, you got to go to Avi Loeb. He's the only one that has an open mind. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. October 3rd. I know it's December. The closest, of course, there is no collision risk. Yeah. Now, it may release some. It may release some probes because we still don't know what it is. When it will approach Earth. The closest approach to Earth occurs on December 19th. Put that on your calendars. December 19th, 2025. This is about 50 days after the perihelion, which was the sun, during the comet's outbound leg. At that time, it will be positioned on the opposite side of the sun. Yeah, we've already been through that. Discovery. It was discovered July in 2025, behind the sun on October 29th and 30th. Earth closest, December 19th. It'll be the closest. Mars closest was October 3rd. And that's when the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter took those photos, the clearest to date with the high-rise equipment. I really want to see that. The speed is up to 130,000 miles per hour, 209 209,000 kilometers per hour. Heaven's Gate, question mark? I don't know what that means. Heaven's Gate 2? What was Heaven's Gate 1? $1980 epic, let's see, Heaven's Gate. Well, I don't know. It may release, we don't know what it is. It may, maybe all likelihood is just a piece of metal. You know, who knows? Well, I'm one of them. Acquired taste. The whole foil-hatted nerds can't wait for the image. I want to see the images. Nah, I think you're going to take those images seriously if they release all of them. That'll be very interesting. Well, I do have to do the laundry today. I'm going to do all of it. And it's hard to sit down in front of your computer and just clean out the files. So I'm just going to do one group, a day. Because I'm going to be down. I got plenty of time on my hand. They worship it. They worship the object. I know, some people, I agree with that. They refuse to search for God, but they go crazy over a higher intelligence, an alien. Let me remind you, the aliens still crashed in Roswell, okay? They're not perfect. These are not angels. These are not, they're not infinite intelligence. All right, I gotta call it quits. 2 hours, 8 minutes. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the college games today if you're here in America. I'm gonna watch the highlights.
Blind? How?
Blind? Harry! Harry! Harry, I'm blind! Harry, where are you? I can't see! I'm blind, Harry! Harry, I'm blind!
Blind? How stupid can you get, animal?
I am not an animal!
Nobody goes on forever and ever and ever. And I'm not going to go on.